Hello everyone, welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture Premium Cigar and Spirits channel. And today we are out front with our Arturo Feunte Magnum R54. This cigar is 6.5 by 54, and it's also, if I'm correct, I'm dealing with an Ecuadorian Rosado wrapper, and I'm also dealing with Ecuadorian binder and filler. That being said, starting off, the cold draw on this cigar was excellent. You get a sweet rum with a very slight salty taste. Off of the body, you're going to get cedar and some people say heavy earth. I'm going to call it a bright earth. It's kind of like, it's almost like refreshing. It's a very subtle and sweet smell. And off the foot, it just intensifies with the cedar and that bright earth. That being said, the cigar was supposed to be enjoyed with some sparkling water. But I got a 15-year-old and she figured jacking her father for his stuff she likes is fun. So now I decided I'm paired this with some Diplomatico rum. So we're going to see how these two work out together. That being said, I'm going to go ahead, get through the first third, and I'm going to also do a first third pairing video. Alright folks, see you then. Okay everyone, we're at the halfway point. And as you can see, the burn is trying to get to the point where it's razor sharp. It is off of the kiddie roller coaster that it had initially when I lit it. Now it's trying to even itself out. Also, I forgot to mention, this is a soft box press cigar. Now that being said, truly aged. I forgot what collection I got this from. I got the box in the house, so in the description I will put what collection that I got this Arturo Feunte from. But that being said, this cigar is performing immaculately. It's extremely tightly packed, but the flow is perfect. So yes, I could use it as a straw if I wanted to. Now, the wild part about this is you don't get a lot of the flavor coming off of this cigar because it's mild. But with the rum that I'm drinking with this, that's a different story. You get a whole spiciness coming off on the palate, and the black pepper that's in this is a little bit more magnified. The smoke is thick, but yet there's, like I said, very smooth. The retro hell has no burn whatsoever. So unfortunately, like I said, I forgot what year that I bought this in, but I know I've had it, let's say going on 2 years. But I'll be exact once I go ahead and get inside and I'll look at the box itself again. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get to the pairing video. I'll see y'all then. Okay everyone, this is the first third video. And let me say right now, these two are sitting at a solid 7. I have to get used to it because one, the cigar is extremely mild and has been aged for a while, so the flavor coming off of this is very light. But to complement it, this Diplomatico Reserva exclusive rum actually brings out all the spice of the cigar. So right now, I have a palate full of baker spice, just fighting for control, with a hint of black pepper. Now, the wild part about it is the rum itself makes it extremely easy for me to pick up the light rum coming off of the smoke in this cigar. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get through the halfway point, and I'll let you know how these two pick up, and we'll see if I'm going to move this up off of a 7. All right. Okay, everyone, we're back at the halfway point. As you can see, that burn is messing with the kitty roller coaster style again. And the ash is hanging on quite strong. Now, as far as the flavor profile change or anything, nothing. This thing has been burning consistently, and the flavor being put off has all been consistent, I would say, right in the middle of the first third. Now, the only thing that is disappointing about this to me is the lack of flavor change. Even though it's consistent and everything, you would hope for a premium cigar, as this one is advertised to be, for it to have a little bit more of a flavor change. That doesn't mean that it won't, but so far right now, up to the halfway point, the flavor has been consistent. The retro hell remains extremely smooth, and as you can see, hold on, let me see if I can get in closer. The smoke is coming off of this consistently. Now, it doesn't do like some of the other cigars I've have done. The smoke isn't very aromatic. It's very mild. And I wouldn't even call it mild, truthfully. I would say this is something that you can actually get away with giving this to a newbie, because of the simple fact that it is such a very light flavored cigar. Even though they advertise it as mild, nah. But it is one thing that they say it is. It's extremely smooth. From the retro hell to the smoke to everything. And like I said, the only time the flavor does intensify is when I take a sip of the rum that I paired it with. That being said, I'll see you with the pairing video. Okay, everyone, I'm back. And right now, these two are sitting at a solid 7.5. Only time that I'm getting any real intensity is when I pair these two together. The rum opens up everything. It opens up the spiciness in the cigar. It opens up just everything to the point where it's a lot easier to taste. So, that being said, the rum itself, it's one of my favorite rums. Diplomatico, they make a very solid rum. And I'm always stuck with this one whenever I want to have rum. Even though I do have a couple of bottles that are way more expensive, Diplomatico always seems to be the one that always seems to work well when you got to pair with rum, a dark rum. That being said, the rum itself, I'm going to give a 7.5. Like I said, I'm a very big fan of it. It has a little bit of heat to it for rum, but you could taste all the sugarcane, all the molasses coming off of this rum easily. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the final third video and the final third pairing video. I'll see y'all then. Okay, we're down to the final third, and everything's the same, folks. The rum is working as it should. The cigar is working as it should. But far as any flavor profile change that these two may have tried to give or wanted to give, no. This is, like I said earlier, I said a 7.5. Nah, this is a 7. Like I said, they're not bad, but they're not the best. I intended to have actually some sparkling water with this cigar, but unfortunately, my teenage daughter thought it would have been better to just drink it. So, unfortunately, when I went into the wine door, it was gone. So, moral of the story, folks, don't ever have your teenage daughter put your sparkling water away for you. You may not have it when you come looking for it. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And like I said, this is Diplomatico exclusive Reserva rum. The rum itself, I would still give it 7.5, but together, they're a solid 7. All right, folks, see you on the next pairing. Okay, everyone, we're down to this final third. And as you can see, it's back on that wannabe razor sharp burn, but still with the kitty coaster dipser in it. Now, as far as the cigar goes, there has been no flavor profile change. I would say from the halfway point of the first third through now, the cigar has been consistent. The flavor has been consistent. The burn has been consistent. It is just a very solid, I'm not going to call this a medium. This is a mild cigar. This one, like I said, all the flavor that I'm getting off of it is one because of me. I've been smoking cigars for so long, and thanks to COVID heightening my taste buds and my smell, I'm just getting that very faint hint and light, like I said, cedar, baker's spice, and a little bit of earth. Other than that, nothing. So, that being said, just letting you see the burn and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And you know how I'm going to do it. If you got a lot of cigars, smoke them. If you got more than a lot of cigars, go ahead and share them and make another cigar head. That being said, folks, I'll see you on my next cigar video and cigar video pairing. I'm gone.
Working long nights just to pass time. Got some new ideas heavy on my mind. Conversations with new friends. Somebody got an attitude, we at it again. Got a new job, little something on the side. Tonight's a little slow, bring the positive vibes. Kicking back, got the laughter on maximum. Turn the music down before the neighbors start attacking you. Couple dreamers at the table, life discussions, entertainment, love, everybody blushing. Road to success, everybody rushing. Real friends get perspective when you have nothing. Friendship is important just as much as trust is. When you have a little fun with the silly subjects. Order up the drinks, we can have a luncheon. Feels good to be myself with no judgment. Same us. We came up and never changed up. That's how we roll. So us. Good times, bad times, we never gave up. That's how we roll. I know we're cool, but you need to pump the brakes though. We don't always get along at the night show. It gets tense when you walking on the tightrope. Agree to disagree, next topic we can let it go. We don't always get along, but we always